house with O'Con. Hey, O'Con in your house. Hollywood in your house. Hypocrisy's head in the clouds. Curating all kind of loud. Wrestling in front of the crowds. Paragon's holding it down. Anybody can get it. Come to us for your news and opinions. We got a voice. There is no choice. Wisdom voice in your house making wrestling noise. Moving fast, it's like cruiserweight action. Your house is the perfect distraction. Papa see your ears when you in traction. Get this work with some wrestling action. Slow.
What's up, guys? What's cracking? Hollywood House. In your house. We here. We ready to make a movie. I hope you guys are ready to make a movie. I hope you guys are with the shit. Because we're with the shit. And we're ready to talk a little wrestling. That is right. We are back in your house. You already know the vibes. Anytime we slide on through, we're ready to give you that work when it comes to professional wrestling. And of course, that is what we continue to do. And there's always a lot to talk about. It's been a weekend here in Indiana. That's where we at. Indiana, you got All-Star Weekend pulling up here. Last night, I pulled up at Shelbyville, went to New Era Wrestling, and it was great. We got a New Era champion and a prospect that I've been looking at for a long time. That is the bomb Eric Surge. Ari Alexander became the first ever women's champion there at New Era. It was a great night. I got a chance to run around the locker room and hang out with the right-handed guy, Sam Knight. So it was a great night for me. And we're going to talk all about that. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about a little SmackDown. And of course, when we talk about SmackDown here at In Your House, we got to bring in the man who curates the reviews for SmackDown and does a real great job, my co-host here at In Your House, and that is Hypocrisy Jones. How's it going, bro?
What ruins the show? Oh, please.
What up, yo? What up, household? Hope y'all are ready, bro, because I'm ready to rock, bro. I'm ready to, I'm pun fully intended on that. I am ready to roll on this podcast, bro. We got a whole lot to talk about. And bro, a big chunk of it, you already know is about this family drama, this Maury beef we got in WWE right now, man. It is getting heavy, bro.
It is, bro. It really is getting heavy, just like you said. And we're definitely going to talk about that. I mean, there's a lot to talk about with The Rock and his promo on SmackDown. And man, I got to tell you, I sat down and watched that episode of SmackDown. And for that first hour, I get it. Like, I understand that a lot of it now we're trying to put the pieces together for Elimination Chamber, which goes down.
Yeah, we got to get that. It's a thing, right? We got to get it.
Yeah, for sure. So I felt like it was like this episode was really wrestling heavy, which is fine. It had to be for that very reason. But when we did get to the Rock part, it was I mean, and I even told my wife, I was like, they're going to wait to the end to bring him on. They want you to watch the whole episode,
Absolutely.
you know? So, and it was, like you said, very anticipated. And you said that on your smoke sesh, that it was a heavily anticipated, segment, and it was. I know that I sat up there and I was like, I got to see this. I got to see what he's going to do, what he's going to bring. And we're going to break that down heavily on In Your House today. But before we get into that, I want to say, man, I talked a little bit about heading up to Shelbyville to go to New Era Wrestling and get a chance to feel that vibe, because that's a place I hadn't pulled up to before, and I really wanted to get to some new places, and New Era was definitely a place that was on my radar that I wanted to go to and just feel that vibe. And I ended up getting put to work and helping out with promos and whatnot. It was great. But yeah, man, it was a good vibe. I ran into Sam sends you his well wishes and whatnot. You already know the vibes. But yeah, man, it was just a good vibe, bro. I enjoyed it, dog.
That's what's up, yo. That's what's up. I hope everything's good with you and Sam. Sam always has my heart, bro. And you know, the set is always a thing, always going to be a thing in my heart, even if we butt heads, because you know, brothers do that. It happens. But I want to know. I want to know a little bit more about New Era. Tell us more about what happened in the action and all these new champs that we got, bro.
So you already know the vibes, bro. Like, you know that I have this unique relationship with all these professional wrestlers, and that's from interviewing a lot of them over this past 5 years. So they know me, you know what I'm saying? Like they know when I pull up, they know exactly who they're gonna get. Is Khan, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just try to, be a part of that energy, and they let me be a part of that energy, and I love it. It's great. Uh, so ran into so much great talent there. Matches were great. Like I said, new champions. Ari Alexander is the first new era women's champion there, and what was a great fatal 4-way that saw a lot of great talent in there. And then Eric Surge becomes new champion as well, which of course Eric Surge, I've had my eye on for a long time. He's based out of Fort Wayne and a collegiate amateur wrestling athlete and transitioned into professional wrestling, trained by Congo Kong. And it was great to finally get into a locker room with him, because we've talked for a little bit. Like we've actually talked for like, oh man, like almost a year now. We've been in each other's inbox just talking and wanting to work with each other. I didn't work with them on the show, but I was happy to be able to get on the show with them and just, chat him up and kind of get a feel for him, So it was a great vibe. Sam's always great. He went out there with Dylan Cole. Of course, you guys remember Dylan Cole. Go back and check that episode out when we interviewed the Menace, Dylan Cole. And it was a good match. It was a good match. Fun stuff. And Damian Cole and Hillbilly Jed, they run a good ship there. A lot of great talent. I got to see Anthony Toatelli again. I haven't seen Toatelli in a while. Always great to run into Toatelli.
Absolutely.
Idris Wolf, I got a chance to see him. I ran across him a couple times. He's in a tag team called The Cask. And he's new. He's actually from the New Era Wrestling Academy, where they train talent there. And he's actually a graduate from there. And I like that kid, man. Like he's vibey, bro. He's got a good head on his shoulders. He's like 26. I was back there in the locker room talking to him for like 30 minutes, and he's a listener of the podcast. He's a fan of what we do.
That's what I was going to say. Actually, he's a follower of the podcast, a listener, and I wanted to shout him out for that because he definitely has jumped on this bandwagon with us, and he's held strong. He's even started following our new In Your House TikTok wrestling podcast page, which
awesome.
All of you should hop on that bandwagon too, bro.
Do the same.
Yes. So yo, shout out Idris Wolf, yo.
Yes, man. Yes. Like I said, New Era was a great vibe. I really had a great time. And if I get a chance to go back, I would definitely be back. Hey, shout out to my homegirl Allie, who I was working with backstage and helping her, like coaching her to be a better like backstage correspondent. Like she is also a fellow podcaster like us, and she told me she's been podcasting for a year now. This is my first time meeting her, and anytime I get a chance to like meet with anybody that like does what we do, I'm just like, hey, what can I do to help you? What can I do to help to bring the better part of you out? And like she was really good backstage. Like she was like, I can tell that she's like a shy person, but like when you get her out of her shell, she's like fun and bubbly and stuff like that. So it was cool working with her over there in New Era, and I think that she got a good future if she keeps up what she's doing. But yeah, it was a great vibe. I had fun. They had our own little promo area where I was able to go and direct the promos and stuff like that. And after I stopped at Zaxby's, and I ain't had Zaxby's before, so I went ahead and pulled up the Zaxby's real quick, got me a little chicken, and just sat up there and a little wrestling ride home. It was a good night, man. It was a really good night, bro.
Okay, that's what's up, yo. That's what's up. Sounds
man.
like a good night.
Hey, y'all, check out Shelbyville and everything that's going on in Shelbyville, and that's New Era Wrestling going down there. And man, there's some cool places there. I'd never been to Shelbyville before. That's my first stop going through Shelbyville, and I enjoyed it. There's like a little arcade area over there called like Rupert's Kids Arcade, and like he like they do like it's like a little old school like arcade joint, you know what I'm saying? But like they donate money to like kids, like wayward kids and whatnot, like that don't have homes and stuff. And like it's a vibe, bro. Like you putting together that type of vibe with video games and like trying to help out the youth, like I vibe with that. So
yeah, absolutely.
It's check out what they doing over there at New Era, because I really had a good time.
Yo, New Era sounds like the vibe, yo, and I'm happy you had a good weekend. It sounded like everything went very, very good wrestling wise. Wrestling or drama free wrestling, which is like probably the best type of wrestling, right? I love that.
Hmm.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah,
I didn't
man.
do I didn't do a whole lot of wrestling world stuff other than my checked out SmackDown, and I had my little smoke sesh with which
Hmm.
all of you guys could check out now. Spark one up with me. Um,
Available. I'm sorry. Available now on all major podcasting platforms. It's out. It's out right now.
yep,
So if you want to listen to the podcast version, go to Apple, go to Spotify, check out what my man is talking about. Check out his smoke sesh. Put one up in the air with him. Talk a little SmackDown.
that's what's up, yo. That's what's up. But I did I want to throw this in there. I did over the weekend. Well, kind of over the weekend on this past Thursday, with my group, the Kokomo Press. We had our very first, our inaugural open mic show, at Cooper's Pub in Kokomo,
Yeah.
Indiana. And I want to tell everybody about that because it was definitely a vibe.
Hell yeah.
Look, check out the.
If you guys are watching on the if you guys are watching on Facebook Live or YouTube or anywhere, check out what he's got going on right there. A comedy
Yeah,
open
yeah,
mic.
yeah.
Check out what they doing, man. These are some talented, funny people that are trying to, keep the arts in Kokomo. I love it, bro. Keep like if y'all are in the area, go fuck with it for real.
Yeah, 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 for real. So like you said, man, please come through. This is going to be an every Thursday thing. So if you like funny, if you think you're funny, if you just want to have some fun, bro, come vibe with us, man. We have the music going, we have the comics going, and everything is just it was a real good blast, bro.
I love to
And
hear
real
it.
good start of a show.
Hell yeah, bro. Yo. Before we hop into and talk about The Rock and everything like that, I want to tell you a funny story.
Yeah, let's go. Let's get it.
So, so this is probably back in like 2017. I was organizing a show at a little bar over here in Anderson, Indiana, uh, and it was pretty much like a whole like variety show. Like there's like music acts and comedy acts, and I was kind of organizing it with the DJ, and it was kind of a thing where we was kind of doing what you guys are doing a little bit, like give first timers an opportunity to get in front of a crowd and see what you got, see if you're funny. So
Yeah.
we put together this show, man, and I swear, bro, I swear this is the first time I ever seen this happen in person. This guy comes up, he's telling jokes, and they're like he's telling like pro, and I don't care about your political. It's not. It's. I'm telling the story here. He's
Right,
telling a
right,
lot of
right.
pro Trump jokes or whatever in front of like a pretty like leftist crowd.
Oh, you have to know your audience, my guy.
And he did
Like,
not know his audience at all, and
ah,
it got like he got a little racial and stuff. And I promise you, bro, this is the first time I ever seen somebody get shit thrown at them on stage. This man was, I'm not joking, bro, soda cans, like fucking sandwiches, pretzels, bro, like
oh my
drinks,
God.
bro. People were throwing drinks at him. This man's getting trenched. They had to take this man off stage. And get him the hell out. That his wife had to go get him. He had drunk a whole lot, and nobody knew, bro. Like he was sitting over there just taking shot after shot after shot, and nobody saw him doing it before the show. And you know how it is, bro. If you're trying to do
Oh
anything
no.
on stage, don't get shit faced. Don't do none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? And he went up there. He was telling the worst jokes. It was awful. I just want to tell that story because that was the first time I ever saw anybody get like pillaged at a show like that. That was the funniest shit ever, bro.
Oh my Jesus. Well, this is a lesson to you kids. Know your audience first and foremost.
Oh my
And
god.
also know your limit. I can understand, suppressing some nerves, but that
Yeah.
there's there are limits to that. Um, Thankfully, we didn't have any of that go on. We
Good.
we did have a comedian like fall very hard, but I
Oh
think he did that on
no.
purpose.
Oh,
So
okay.
So
Okay, man.
it was all in fun, but it's definitely a vibe, bro.
Hell yeah.
I ain't out here telling people that I'm funny, but like I got some jokes, so definitely come check us out. And this is more than just a showcase for amateurs or newcomers. All is welcome, man. We do have seasoned comedians
Yeah. Oh yeah.
hopping in this these open mics, and these are going to lead to we are going to have quarterly showcases.
Hell
Where
yeah.
we're for ticketed events. So if you're working on your craft, if you're building up your set and stuff like that, and everything, and uh there's an opportunity to get put on a bigger show, where we're also bringing even more seasoned comedians and things like that. So it's just opportunity upon opportunity upon opportunity. It's a
Absolutely.
good vibe. I just want to shout out Kokomo Press because I love everything that we're doing out there, trying to build for our community and beyond, bro.
Hell yeah, man. Keep the arts alive. That's what we love. You know what I'm saying? We love to keep the arts alive. Entertainment is an art, and I love it, man.
Yeah.
You was talking a little bit, bro, about like I think the biggest lesson from the story I told was know your audience, like you said.
Yeah.
And let's talk about a guy who does know the audience, and that's The Rock. I mean, he definitely knows the audience, and I feel like I can say that confidently because as soon as he saw that people was rejecting him, he came out on SmackDown and he really embraced that heel turn. And we're really about to talk about that and break it down, bro.
He said, "Hey, y'all saw me do this? I'm gonna do that to y'all verbally. I am going to
Yes.
verbally slap the ish out of every single person, man. We got Versace wearing,
Oh
like,
man.
oh man, just mad drip swearing, bro. Rocky Maivia, and you see it right here, bro. Yeah, Rocky Maivia's illegitimate son, right here, bro. Like, I
Yes.
believe that. That's my imaginary dad, bro.
Hey man. As soon as I saw him come out and it was a different cadence. It was a slower pace, less fan interaction, and more like soaking things in, a little bit more stoic than he had been. And when he comes out and he's jumping around, and you know what I'm saying, and he's
Yeah,
hyped up and everything, like he was more stoic. And I was like, oh, okay, okay. He comes out with the shades and he comes out with that nice little Versace vest and whatnot. And I'm like, oh, he's getting in his bag. He's like getting in his bag right now. And I'm like, okay, we don't just have this is the main thing that I kind of took from it. Like, and I'll have my critiques and whatnot. And this once again, this is just me nitpicking it, and he'll probably get better with it. I'm just happy to see an invested Rock. Somebody who's not just coming and like, oh, candy asses, and if you smell, and stick it sideways, and blah blah. You know what I'm saying? Like the same shtick and whatnot. It's making him dig in his bag a little bit more. And I think with The Rock, that's all I ever really wanted, and I'm getting it, so I'm not complaining that much about it.
yeah. I think he definitely had to open himself up. Uh Oh man, shout out in the chat, bro. Everybody that's in the chat. He definitely did get um he went back to his old rock persona.
Yeah,
Um and you'll love to see it because it, it is absolutely it has to be hard to reach that far back but still stay relevant, right?
yeah,
And in this story, I know that a lot of the wrestling world is talking about pivoting, and things like that, and how WWE had to pivot in this situation, whether it be because of fan interaction, whether it be because of injuries, like in Seth Rollins' case, or or in CM Punk's case. Um, I don't I don't know where we're leading with this story because it's not fully because being smart enough wrestling fans or followers of wrestling, um let how are we we know something else is going to happen. The Rock had intentions coming into this WrestleMania. He wanted to face Roman Reigns, bro. Just as Cody did. But how are we going to get to these situations? And I don't think it's going to be just this. Hey, I've joined the bloodline. I'm in this to win this. Like there's going to be more swerves, more turns. And this is why I don't think we're going to get the full most heel Rock in a way, because I think this character of the Rock is supposed to leave these doors open for what else is to come. I just want to shout out Gary Emmett, Nicholas Stevens, and Tony Gonzalez in the chat. Our chat's not loading like normal on our StreamYard, but
We see y'all though.
yeah, we definitely do see y'all. Gary Emmett, definitely come grab the tray. We'll do the sesh. Nicholas Stevens says that we look heavy alike, which
I can see
you
it.
know, I can see it too. I can see that too. And shout out Tony Gonzalez, who is always rocking with us. We love
Always
we
showing
love
love.
him
Yes.
and love Gonzo wrestling guys, bro. So go check them out when they pop up on their lives, especially on their Mondays and Monday lives, and when they do their sports reviews.
Yes, man. They stay working, bro, and I could really
Absolutely.
appreciate it. I also appreciate, once again, I appreciate The Rock putting in this type of work when it's something that he doesn't really have to do. I mean, we're so used to The Rock just showing up and it pops a rating, and that's literally it. But now he's having to do something a little bit different, which why I feel like he talked a lot, and I feel like that some of it was almost like I was like, okay, where are we going? Like, what are we leading to? It just felt like it was a lot of like repetitiveness when he was talking, but I get he was
Right.
trying to get some of his jabs in. Like, I like the attendance record thing because it's like, oh, he's coming out here, all right, he's talking about how Salt Lake City broke an attendance record. He is the corporate guy, so like it would make sense he would come out and say that and be like, for being the biggest trailer trash, the biggest collection of trailer trash coming out. I was like, oh, we're going. I was like, oh, as soon as he said trailer trash, I was like, oh, we're going
Oh
on a
yeah,
ride,
yeah.
bro.
Absolutely.
And he just kept going. He trashed the Utah Jazz. That was crazy. You know what I'm saying? The Cody chance was starting. And once again, like I said on my Monday Night Raw review, and I stand behind it, all this is just making Cody a bigger star. Like it's to see how Rock is saying things like, "Oh, I'm gonna do anything within my power to make sure you walk out of WrestleMania what you are, a loser," and who knows what that really, because I got my thoughts on that. Because he was kind of looking at Roman Reigns and pointing at Roman Reigns when he said it. And then of course, instead of throwing up what was this? I know we've seen it. What was this? What was what are you doing? Like, you're not doing the regular
Right.
you're not doing the regular bird life thing. You're doing this. Was you meant to do that? Are we foreshadowing? What's happening here?
That's what I want to know as well, because like, was it accidental? I know you said in our chat that a lot that it seems like Rock didn't have time to prepare for this.
Yeah.
That shout out my homie Scrap in the chat. He says the Rock loves the long game. Pause. So like, is he doing these things on purpose? One person that who we have to follow in this is Paul Heyman, right?
Yeah.
What were his facial expressions during the Rock's promo? What were his facial expressions during the Rock's gestures and stuff like that? And there were some leading things in what Paul Heyman was doing as to tell us like what is about to happen in this as well.
I think, man, I think that there's a lot to think about in what you're saying, as far as, not to interrupt you, but like there's a
No,
lot
no, you're
to
fine.
think about is in like body language. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? And reading between the lines on things. And I think that I like that. I really do. Like the fact that we're even having this conversation, I like it because it's like we kind of got this little thing going on with Dakota Kai too. Like, oh, what's Dakota Kai? She's doing these little things like that make you think that she might be the mastermind behind all this. And it's like I like that. Like we're putting stories and stories and weaving stories together and creating other stories while telling these other stories. He said, Cody, this is, WrestleMania is the end of your story. Does that mean
Right.
that he's going to finish his story? You know, and it's the
Right.
beginning of our story. Are we leading up? Are we leading up to The Rock versus Roman Reigns and maybe next year's WrestleMania? Because The Rock has been telling you all along in plain sight what his intentions are, but you wasn't reading between the lines. He could definitely screw Roman, and that could lead to those two going up against each other at some point. But the end of one story, the beginning of another story, I just feel like there's a lot to think about coming out of that.
There really is, and like I there's one thing that there's one thing that holds true, if you're a follower of wrestling, if you're a fan of wrestling, things like that. It's that one, there is probably multiple ways to finish a story. There's probably multiple ways to construct a storyline in wrestling. But there's never a right way to finish it, right? And
Right.
even no matter how you have to pivot, no matter how you have to change things, you are never going to make everyone happy.
No,
Um,
absolutely not. No, that's not happening.
no. So which is why we're here, which is why we podcast, right? Like this is why we talk about these things. There's so many different directions that all these things can go in, and they can bleed into other things in other ways. Now, the hopeful goal is that like we don't lose sight of people. One thing that I highlighted in my smoke sesh was that I slowly I felt like Roman Reigns had to take the way back seat
Right.
in this past SmackDown, and that was a little odd to me. And I wonder how we're gonna construct the next 5-6 weeks with Roman Reigns, and how much of a backseat will he be taking, and is that intentional? Right? Are we making Roman take a backseat because The Rock is going to become so egotistical that Roman has to stop The Rock?
Right.
Um, is Rocky going to cost Cody, or cost Roman or Cody the title at WrestleMania? I mean, we don't even fully know what our match is going to look like. They keep telling us it's Cody versus Roman, but I don't know. I feel like we're going to have more. I feel like we're going to have something else. It's just a lot of wiggle room left to play with, right?
Yeah. Yeah. On the road to WrestleMania. And let's consider, remember, WrestleMania is in April. We're midway through February at this point, midway through February 2024. I mean, I like the fact that nothing is, we're seeing, and I think that it's a good formula to start weaving stuff together. And then I think probably the goal is have things more in, like I've said before, like let the cement dry a little bit after Elimination Chamber. After Elimination Chamber, that's where we're going to see a lot of matches get set.
Right.
So I feel like that with Elimination Chamber coming and looming, it's going to be an opportunity for them to continue to build everything. Of course, Elimination Chamber going down in Perth, Australia. That's coming up at 5 a.m. My God, who's getting up early to watch that? If you are, let us know. Holler at us in the
Right.
chat, or just holler at us. Are you guys getting up that early? It's 5 a.m. Eastern, 2 in the morning Pacific. Are you guys going to get up early to do that? Or are you guys just going to go ahead and try to stay off the internet, get up, check it out? I know I'm going to try to stay off of the internet. I'm going to be checking it out most definitely, but because I'm interested in Elimination Chamber, and we'll probably talk a little bit Elimination Chamber. Let's continue talking on The Rock
Yeah.
and his promo and everything that he's doing as far as joining the bloodline. He said if you smell what the bloodline is cooking. So did he join? Is he an official bloodline member now?
I think he is. Adam Kroll in our chat says, I read a theory that The Rock didn't throw up the one finger for the bloodline, but he threw up a gun, which could be a Bullet Club, which that's super stretch.
Yo, that's stretching, bro. You stretching, my guy.
Yeah. And then when but this part is interesting because he says, and then when The Rock said he would do everything in his power to make him lose, he pointed at Roman Reigns. And I did want to highlight that. And I thank you for bringing that up.
Yes.
Tony Gonzalez says he's going to watch Elimination Chamber live. I also agree with that. I'm gonna to try to. My schedule will be crazy, but like
Did you
I
say
can maybe
Tony
get
was
up.
going to try to watch it live?
Yeah, he said he's gonna watch it live.
He an old man. He up at that time anyway.
Oh man. Oh man.
I love OG Tony, man. He loves him some wrestling. He gonna be up watching that. He watches wrestling Monday through Friday, bro. He loves it, bro. I dig it.
we talking about Rock throwing up the guns, man. Like Khan just threw out the pows, man. Why you gotta do him like that?
Man,
Why you gotta do him
that's
like
my
that?
dog, bro. He knows I'm
I know.
messing with him. I love Tony.
I know. But let's get back to this. Yeah, The Rock did kind of, he was looking at Roman Reigns. He was looking at Roman Reigns when he said, I will do everything in my power to make sure you lose at WrestleMania. And like there he was looking at Roman Reigns, and you know who was looking at him? Paul Heyman.
Yep.
Paul Heyman. It's the managers, bro. You have to watch the managers.
You got I'm telling you, bro. Watch what they doing. All right, as a couple of managers here, I can say to anybody who's listening here, always watch what the managers are doing. Keep them in the corner of your eye because you never know what they're doing and what their role is going to play in a story, especially Paul Heyman.
Absolutely. Yo,
I think
speaking of
that's
managers, just to segue for a minute, we got a special event coming up this coming Tuesday, right? And we want everybody get locked in on, right?
Yes, man. Yes. Big episode here. We announced it earlier. Actually, at this point, it's last week. We announced it last week. Big managers roundtable discussion going down this Tuesday night. We're going to be bringing it to you guys here live on Facebook. And then give me a little time, and then I'll make sure that we get the podcast version out there. But this is an all-star team. We got all-star weekend here at in Indianapolis. Well, now we're giving you a managers all-star team this Tuesday. Managers roundtable: Bobby Olson, Hollywood Bobby Olson, my man Damian Saint, David Barnabas Spector, Aloysius Skipper Jenkins III, Mortimer Blankenship III, and this is all being curated and hosted by Hypocrisy Jones. So it's going to be my man having to host all these big personalities, myself and my brothers here and the managers fraternity. It is going to be a great discussion, a heavy discussion between some of the best minds that you're going to find in the indies today.
Yeah, Con, I don't know how I'm going to get a word in edgewise with all of these personalities and all of these different people, but I am going to do my absolute best to rein everyone in. I'm going to do my absolute best to make to ask deep questions about this this wrestling world, about being a manager in this wrestling world, about being a quote unquote supplemental part of the wrestling world. Like, because it's a different beast if you're not the wrestler, the performer, the strong man, the person putting their body on the line. Sometimes you're looked at a little bit differently, but like these are all men, yourself included, that have found a way to excel themselves, to make not only themselves a name for themselves, but to help enhance wrestling talent. And like, I think this is going to be a mad great discussion, if I do say so myself. I'm going to try to wrangle y'all all in. So like,
It's gonna be hard, bro. It's gonna be tough, man.
man, I'm gonna get a buzzer or something, man. A wrap it up box. Wrap it up,
There you
B.
go. Gotta get wrap it up, B. Wrap that shit up. Yes, man. But no, it's gonna be a fun discussion, man. I'm super excited for it, just because I always love bouncing off of other managers and getting ideas and learning and teaching and it's just a good thing. Like when we have this is how it could be, man. This is how it can be when people aren't coming for everybody's necks all the time. We trying to help each other out and try to be better and great. So that's what this is all about. It's going to be great. It's going to be great to do it with so much great talent that I've got a chance to work with and be on shows with and see up and down the road as I've made my travels in the business. And I just love it, man. I enjoy it. I'm excited for it. I just love this wrestling altogether. That's why we do this. That's why we discussing The Rock. That's why we doing exactly what we doing right now. And that's talking a little bit of wrestling action. And man, I got to tell you, all together, and we're going to talk a little bit Elimination Chamber too, because I do got some stuff I want to talk about with the Elimination Chamber. All in all, man, I'm excited for what corporate Hollywood Rock can bring to this WrestleMania season. I don't predict we're going to see him every episode of SmackDown, but I do predict that anytime we do see him, it's going to be highly anticipated as we lead up to the road to WrestleMania. And yeah, I'm excited to see what The Rock is going to do, because instead of we've seen it with guys like Goldberg. Like Goldberg is going to be Goldberg, and you're going to get the Goldberg that he gives you, and you're going to like it. Now, I can appreciate the fact that Rock pivoted, and instead of trying to be, the guy that he normally is, where he wants to be universally liked. He wants his approval rating to be up. Rock is a guy that wants everybody to like him. But instead of doing that, he's embracing this heel run, and I'm here for what he brings to it, bro.
I am. I am as well. And like you said, you hit the nail on the head. Like I really didn't even think about it, but yeah, like for years we've gotten old timers like kind of shoved down our faces, and it was just old stick, right? And
Yeah.
I can appreciate this is as, hey, I'm not just coming out here to do the same old shtick. I'm not just gonna, just bury a mid Carter. I'm going to actually inject myself into this story. I'm going
Yeah.
to inject myself into this so I can enhance it. And if you're out there saying like, I mean, Rock shouldn't be in here, you're crazy, bro. You're absolutely crazy. We wouldn't be talking about this right now if it wasn't important. You know what I mean?
Exactly. It's very important to your point, man. Like, I'm sorry, but if you don't see the value of Rock being on TV, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Anytime he pulls up, at the when I would before I left to head to the show, to head to Shelbyville, I looked up YouTube and I looked up the Rock segment. In a day, it had 2.1 million views on YouTube in a day. In a day.
Right.
And that wasn't even a full 24 hours, bro. Stop playing with me. I mean, I don't care what you think about The Rock or this or that. I'm a Rock fan. I grew up watching The Rock, so I'm a Rock fan. But but even when he would come out and do his same old shit, I'd be like, like, all right, I get it now. The fact that he's pivoting and doing something different, and he's, like you said, injecting himself more into the story, that's all I've ever wanted from The Rock is for him to be like, all right, invest yourself back into wrestling for a little bit, like you invest yourself into these films and businesses and whatnot. And now we're getting it, and I'm here for it. I'm not going to complain about something that I asked for.
Right. No. And like The Rock gets a lot of heat, man, because I know this is kind of similar to what happened in the DC world, right? Is that like he was brought into the DC world, he kind of injected himself and like he got backlash for it. He's not gonna always hit, and this may not hit, and some of y'all may be right, but at the same time, like you'd be stupid not to try it. You'd be stupid
That's
not
right.
to. Like he is at a point where like it just globally everyone recognizes
He's one of the most famous stars in the entire world right now, bro.
Yo, I want to shout out friend of the page, Antonio Fire, man. He said The Rock is turning lemons into poontang pie.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what he's doing. Come on, quit playing with my man. He's out there doing great work and putting forth effort more than anything else. I appreciate the effort. So, like, I'm gonna enjoy the ride the Rock is taking us on, and I'm just gonna do that and enjoy it, man, because I'm loving what I'm seeing from the Rock.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, I want to shout out everybody that's in the house party with us, bro. Everybody, bro, that's rocking
Yes,
with us. From
yes.
Antonio Fire or Fry that I just mentioned, be your scrap, yo. Friend Sonny Chisholm. If you're in the area, check out the Red Dog Saloon, man. Great food out there. So shout him out. Everybody's rocking with us today. You guys make this house party a great thing, and don't be afraid to jump in these discussions, bro.
Absolutely, man. Get you. We'll say your name on an international podcast. You know what I'm saying? We will promote your business, whatever it is. Just come pull up, have a good time with us, chill out. If you guys are enjoying the podcast version, make sure that you guys go subscribe so you guys can get those notifications when new episodes come out. That's not something I say normally, but it's important. Like, so that way you can get those episodes automatically downloaded, ready to go for you on your device. Get us listened to, get up to speed with what we're doing. And the reason I'm telling you all that is because now we're throwing we're throwing a lot of episodes at y'all in a week. We're giving y'all at least 3 episodes a week with the solo shot, the Monday Night Raw solo shot, the Friday Night SmackDown smoke sesh, and then the Sunday house party discussions. We're giving y'all a lot of content. So just rock with us. Give us those 5 stars. Like I said, hit the subscription, subscribe to us so you guys can get that. Check us out. Keep us charted. We're trying to get these downloads up, get these charts popping and flowing because we always love to be in the conversation. And we got to continue
Absolutely.
this conversation. We got to continue this conversation and talk a little bit. We'll talk a little bit about Elimination Chamber before we slide out of here because I don't think I'll get a chance to talk to my man about it before the show actually happens, because Tuesday, once again, like he said, we're gonna have a really big episode with the managers roundtable, and then that Saturday is going to be Elimination Chamber. So we're going to talk a little bit about what we got here from Elimination Chamber, and we'll talk about the matches themselves as we have the men's Elimination Chamber match locked in, and that's for an opportunity to go up against Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. Drew McIntyre will be facing Randy Orton, Bobby Lashley, L.A. Knight, Kevin Owens, and Logan Paul. That is going to be the Elimination Chamber match for the men Saturday in Perth, Australia. And I'm excited for this match. I will say that, definitely excited for this match, but I feel like I know what the outcome is. What's your thoughts on this match, bro?
Uh, so I'm excited for Elimination Chamber as a whole. It's about to be a big thing, man. Everything from the men's Elimination Chamber match with all these big names in it to Cody and Seth being on the Grayson Waller effect. That's going to be interesting. To the tag team championship match with Judgment Day and Tyler Bate and Peter Dune, to a big match in Rhea Ripley versus Nia Jax, who is on a tear right now, bro.
Cooking. She's
It don't
cooking.
get She's absolutely cooking. It don't get talked about enough. And I think this women's Elimination Chamber is probably like, it low-key has the potential to be the best Elimination Chamber that we've probably ever seen. In a subtle way, because I don't think anybody may expect these women to put on a show, but I bet all of these women that are in this Elimination Chamber, from Naomi to Liv Morgan to Becky Lynch to Bianca Belair to Tiffany Stratton, are about to put on an absolute banger, and that may be the most talked about match coming out of the weekend. What do you
I
think,
agree.
bro?
I really agree with you, man. Like you said that like this match, this women's match, like I look at it, I'm like, I expect it to be great. When I'm looking at the talent here, Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, Tiffany Stratton, Naomi, and then the winner of this upcoming Battle Royal, which I believe they're doing on Monday Night Raw. I think it's gonna be great. I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be good stuff. I'm excited. Like they're just like Tiffany Stratton has fast tracked her way to go into Australia. Like it's Tiffy time, and I'm here for it every time. I enjoy what Tiffany Stratton is doing. I enjoy her work. But then you have Bianca Belair in there. Bianca Belair trying to cash her ticket to WrestleMania, and there's uncertainty around her WrestleMania. If she doesn't win this match, what's the EST gonna do? What's gonna be her WrestleMania match? Liv Morgan
Right.
has a legitimate beef with Rhea Ripley. You got to believe that she's going to want to, I guess, finish her story against the woman who
Oh,
put her on the shelf. So and then of course, highly anticipated Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch is my favorite to win this. This is who I think is going to come out and win this, and we're going to see Becky Lynch go up against Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania 40 for the Women's World Championship. And I believe that Rhea Ripley will retain against the red hot Nia Jax. I think that Nia Jax is having a hell of a run, but I think the story here is Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch. I just, with Naomi, with her coming back so soon, I just don't see her getting thrown into that match right then and there, especially with the other participants in the match that have legitimate stories to be told in WWE. Nothing against Naomi, because I love Naomi and I'm a huge fan, but with the exception of like Tiffany Stratton, Becky Lynch, she's already had interactions with Rhea Ripley. Bianca Belair's trying to find her path to WrestleMania. Liv Morgan has a legitimate beef with Rhea Ripley. I just think those are your three top runners right there, with Becky Lynch being my favorite. What do you think?
oh, I absolutely. So I definitely think it is Becky Lynch's match to lose. And I think you're absolutely right about Bianca not having her match yet and wanting to continue her streak uh uh in WrestleMania.
Yeah,
But we got to look, man. We have an empty spot right here. We have a six person
yeah.
um in this match, and is it like, do we throw Jade in there and we get a real Jade Bianca feud going into WrestleMania, and that be the match, that be Jade's official first singles match, and Bianca's WrestleMania match in that.
See, I could see that. I heard there was some rumors that they're pulling Jade from the Rumble and not, or the Battle Royal, and not give her opportunity to go to Birth Australia. But if it's me, I would definitely put her in that situation. Don't have her. I'd even have her last out of the chamber. Honestly,
I
last
mean, she
one.
was on SmackDown. She was
Yeah,
she
she
was
was
just on
there.
SmackDown.
Yeah.
So like, if they're really not using her, why are they using her?
Right.
So
That's what I'm saying. I'm seeing her being used, and I'm like, but I'm seeing reports. And I'm like, these are kind of conflicting reports here. Things
I'm
that
gonna
you're
be,
seeing.
Uncle Dave has had a hell of a weekend. I don't know if he's tipping back the bottle or whatever he's doing, but like, he didn't come out with some wild reports talking about, like, he confirmed that it was going to be Triple H versus The Rock
Yeah.
at
What the hell?
Mania, um, to a whole lot of things. So like, I ain't really trusting all the dirt sheet reporters right now, and thankfully we ain't one of them, right? Because we just
No.
we no, no, we just speak and speculate on what is in front of us right here. And what is in front of us right here is that it looked like Jay Good. They using her, bro. She looked good
Yeah.
in the Rumble.
Yeah. So
And
so I'm
I
looking here.
yeah.
I'm looking here, and I'm seeing that the Elimination Chamber Perth qualifying match, the Last Chance Battle Royal, will determine the last women's Elimination Chamber entrant. The only faces that I see here are Shayna Baszler and Michin Miriam, Alba Fire, Zoe Starks, and Zelina Vega. I don't see Jade at all. Are these the only five women that are going to try to put each other over the top rope?
So if it's just a second chance, then it would make sense. It would just be those women. But if they, I don't see them not being able to add Jade in this somehow.
Oh,
It's not
if they want to, they're
it's
fine
not
with
out of
that.
the
Yeah.
realm. Yeah, it's not out of the realm of possibility or anything like that. So like, But also I could see them throwing Shayna Baszler in here, because
I
she
was gonna
is.
say, do any of the women like do no disrespect, but like with this event being so huge, and then looking at the other names that are in it, like do any of these women move the needle? Like would
So
they make this match any better?
I I think Shayna is that one, and I think I she had a hard draw, right? Because she drew Becky first
Yeah.
in the qualifying match. But it was actually a hell of a match. If you go back and watch. I think she would be the one that you put in there. They really did hype her up before that match about being a dominant force in the elimination chamber. Um, I thought it was weird that they 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 were gonna have, like, at least in the segment on it was SmackDown or Raw. I can't remember which general manager they came up to, and they interacted with Chelsea Green, and they said, we were just going to go after the tag titles, but let's throw ourselves in this Rumble, to second chance qualify. So I think she definitely has a lane, but I think they still have opened it up as that a lot of other people can go in there.
Yeah, I think it should like I would prefer it to be open ended because, like I said, nothing against these women. I think Shayna makes the most sense because, like you said, the history that she had being dominant in the Elimination Chamber. I'd even say Zelina Vega would be a close second, just because like she's got like a little
Yeah.
bit of heat behind her. But honestly, like Michin, she's used regularly, and that's great for her. Like I'm glad that she's on the roster regularly, but I just don't think a lot of people care about her. Alba Fire really hasn't been on the main roster, back on the main roster that long, so I don't think a whole lot of people care. And Zoe Stark's just been kind of floating around, even though she had that little run with Trish where I thought she was about to break out and be a star, and then it just kind of like she has a great wrestler. Once again, all these women are like great wrestlers, but like as far as like moving the needle, I just don't see a whole lot of needle movement with any of these women that's pushed for it, and that's just my opinion.
I I could see WWE trying to push a Bianca Liv match at Mania, and
Mm,
coming out of a feud from Elimination Chamber. They've been very buddy buddy here lately, as far as like backstage segments and things like that. So maybe they're trying to push something like that, or maybe they're trying to push a tag, some sort of tag team, with Bianca and Liv, maybe against Tiffany Stratton and whoever this unnamed person is. I know it's a stretch, bro. I know it's a
I'm
stretch,
just
but
saying because I'm just saying because I'd rather see Jade and Bianca. Like if
I
like
would too.
that's what I
I
want to see at WrestleMania. This is WrestleMania 40, and like I said, like that's why I feel like Jade should be the missing participant in this match. Because even if she's like not killing it in the ring yet, like she's a needle mover to me.
Absolutely, absolutely. But to be fair, the match I really wanted last year, as far as the women went, was Rhea and Bianca, and it looks like we're not getting that one anytime soon, right?
Yeah.
And not under the right circumstances. So, like, I don't know, man. WWE has a way of, hey, you want that? Let's hold that off for a couple of years.
Yeah, yeah, it's and sometimes you got to pull the trigger at the right time. Honestly,
Right.
I feel like, but so as far as the men's elimination chamber match, for me, it's Petty Betty Red Hot Drew McIntyre that's gonna come out of that match. I'm like I said, I may this is before he really got the steam behind him that he got behind that like I mean he had the steam behind him, but like before he started getting these opportunities and like, oh, now we got to pivot. But I was already talking about, oh man, Drew McIntyre is cooking. And I had said I could see a Drew McIntyre World Heavyweight Championship run this year, sometime this year. And now, boom, he's in the Elimination Chamber. Boom, he's my favorite to win the Elimination Chamber. And boom, I think he's got a legitimate shot at beating Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. What are your thoughts on who's going to come out of this match?
Yeah, I really think this is Drew McIntyre's match to lose. We definitely have other feuds coming out of that are going to be coming out of Elimination Chamber. As like we know definitely. if we're speculating, Logan Paul and Kevin Owens are not finished. So we'll probably see that going into Elimination Chamber. This is really Drew or Randy's match to lose, but the way Drew is cooking right now, I think it has to be Drew.
So I feel like I feel like Drew's cooking. I definitely feel like Randy Orton is a close second for me. But what I would do is you've got the pieces right there. The United States Championship at WrestleMania. Logan Paul defending against Kevin Owens, LA Knight, and Bobby Lashley in a fatal 4-way for the United States Championship at WrestleMania 40. I think that's a huge idea. I'd have LA Knight winning it, bro.
Oh, I could see that. I didn't even think about that possibility. That would be
Give him a
huge.
WrestleMania moment. Give him his first WrestleMania moment.
Absolutely. I have a feeling like I have a feeling it's going to be a while before LA Knight gets that real title push, but would love to see it. It really looks like we're moving towards Kevin Owens taking this belt off of
I wouldn't be mad
Logan
at that
Paul.
either, honestly.
Yeah. I wouldn't be either. But and the only reason I really say that is because LA Knight seems to have his hands full right now with one AJ Styles.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Who has a lot of different things going. So like I think LA Knight is going to be preoccupied. And hopefully that leads to a really good WrestleMania match, but I don't know. It's looking like he's fighting for a spot, man.
Yeah. Listen, I'm gonna just say this. I think AJ Styles needs to go to therapy. My man's just mad all the time. He's angry. He's just pissed, bro. Like, what's happening to AJ Styles? He's irritable, man. He's just so damn cantankerous now.
I know, man. Like I don't know, man. He's just mad at the world. But I understand,
Mad at
man.
the world.
This is the effect of this is the Roman Reigns effect, I swear, man. He has just affected the entire world. Said, my championship. Yeah, I want to give a shout out to Damian Cole who's in the chat.
Oh
Thomas,
my
good morning.
God.
Yo, what's up, yo?
My guy, man. Well, check him out. He runs New Era Wrestling in the New Era Wrestling Academy. And once again, like I said earlier in the show, that's where I was last night. Had a blast in Shelbyville. Shout out to New Era. Shout out to Shelbyville. Shout out to Whooper's Kids Arcade. Cool stuff they doing over there. So shout them out. Yeah, man. But I'll say this, man. AJ Styles, he got a whole lot of Black Air Force One energy going right now, bro.
Yeah,
It's on site with him. The way he was bullying up on Carl Anderson, I was like, man, you need to calm down, bro. Like, it's just Black Air Force One energy, bro. Somebody need to calm AJ down.
He's a ski mask away from committing a felony and rapping about it.
Man, my guy is I don't know, man. I don't know. I love AJ. I love what he does. He's a great in-ring competitor. I definitely want to see what happens next with them. As far as if that's where we're moving with LA Knight. But man, we got to move to what's next for us, which is closing out this episode, calling this a really great episode, checking this out. Of course, guys, Elimination Chamber. Make sure you guys check that out Saturday. That's in Perth, Australia, Saturday morning, because we'll be checking it out and we'll be talking about it. I'm certain we're going to be talking about it probably that Sunday. So keep that going, y'all. Tuesday, we have a big episode with many great managers. It is a roundtable discussion of some of the best indie professional wrestling managers that you're going to see on the indies. Once again, Mortimer Blankenship III, Aloysius Skipper Jenkins III, Davis Barnabas Spector, Damian Saint, Bobby Olsen, myself, Hollywood House, the producer of Pro Wrestling. And this is all being curated and hosted by Hypocrisy Jones. So check that out Tuesday. It's going to be great. But that's then, and this is now. And now I got to slide out of here. I got a big day planned. We're going back. We out there again, bro. We house hunting again, trying to look for where the household studio is going to call home. And we're pushing. We're pushing forward to find a place, man. I'm telling y'all, this content is going to be different once I get touchdown in this new crib. It's going to be great. And yeah, I'm excited about it, y'all. But until then, we got to slide out of here. Hype, you always got things moving. That's one of the things I love about you, man. You always stay with some motion. What you got moving, bro? Tell them where they can find you at.
Yo. My name is Hypocrisy Jones, and first off, you can find me anywhere you can spell that on the internet, bro. I swear to God. Like I'm the only one of one. But of course, you can find me right here on In Your House doing my thing, man. Make sure to check out not only my smoke sessions, but check out Hollywood's solo shots, of course, on the Raw side. You see
Monday
rocking that
Night Raw,
Raw's
baby.
Wario.
Monday Night Raw,
Yeah.
baby.
Man. But check us out right here. We're doing our thing. We grinding. Check me out on the Kokomo Press show. If you don't know about the Kokomo Press, what are you doing, bro? We are a community satire. Um, um, but we expand beyond our community, bro. We're bleeding it into everywhere, bro. Check us out if you're in the Midwest area. Come check us out on Thursdays at Cooper's Pub for our open mic sessions. If you're funny, man, sign up, man. Come through. I know I'm working on some material, so like if you just want to come through and hear some stuff, catch get something to eat, catch a vibe, it's all good, bro. I got all sorts of things coming, bro, whether it's wrestling or Kokomo Press or even barber shop or cosmetologist stuff, bro. I got all sorts of things working, so check me out, bro. I just be grinding.
Hell yeah, man. We appreciate all the work that you do. I know the listeners appreciate what you bring to the podcast, and you're always staying busy, man. Definitely love it. As for me, man, you already know I stay working. I'm hitting these shows. Got a chance to go to New Era last night. It was a great blast, like I said before. But guys, check out anything that I'm doing. In March, I will be slowing down a little bit. I know I've said that before, but I want to reiterate it that we will be slowing down, taking it down, because once again, like I said, we're looking where we touching down for Household Studios. The family is moving. We're moving on up to the east side to a deluxe apartment in the sky. All right. You guys know the vibes. You guys know the lyrics. That's what we're doing. So we're super excited about that. But that means the work is going to slow down just a bit. And then once we get settled in, locked in, boom, we right back at you, giving y'all that work. So guys, you already know where you can find me at. That's at the Hollywood House on IG. That's at Hollywood House on X and on Facebook. And of course, you can follow this great podcast. That's In Your House on all those social media platforms. And of course, that's HOWSE, and the W stands for work. So guys, we really appreciate you guys sliding through. Make sure that you check out the solo shot, the Monday Night Raw solo shot. Make sure that you check out my guy over here, his smoke session. He's lighting up, talking a little bit. And guys, you already know, Tuesday it's going down. Some of the best minds on the indies right now are going to be coming together and having a great discussion. So come on up in here, check us out, and of course, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to hop on this bandwagon. Get on or get gone, because the household is still going strong, baby. Have a great day and a great rest of your week. Peace.
Yo, bigger shots fired than acorns. If you know, you know.